Today's video begins at the High Springs Country Inn on Old Highway 441. This is where I stayed last night. Howdy everyone, and welcome back to Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. I thought we'd start off today checking out this old classic hotel that sits right here on Old 441. One of America's longest and oldest highways, full of Americana. There's an old diner right there. It was a very comfortable and classic stay last night. I really enjoyed it. I stayed in number 5 right here across from my car. And here it is. Obviously the bed straight ahead. There's a old closet right inside the door. Check out that hook. I wonder how old that hook is. This place dates back to the 1950s. Right over here in the corner, it's where I edited last night's video. The 6 gun territory video right there. And obviously I rested my head there. And over here, it's where I watched a little TV. Just a little bit though, I was mostly editing. But I love how this wall here, see how it rounds like that? They don't make them like that anymore. That's classic. That's a classic design. This old door. That is one of the original doors, you can tell. Thing's almost solid. I love the tile in here. It definitely screams 1950s. If you've been into any old homes from the 50s, maybe 40s too, you notice this old tile. Either it's green or sometimes it's pink. I've lived in some homes that had the same tile work and it was pink. And classic shower. It's in great shape. Wow. An original motel. A 50s motel with the same tile work. Very clean and comfortable, as I said. Very classic. And no electronic door. Classic key entry. I like that. It's been a while since I've checked into a hotel or motel where I had an actual physical key. It was a great stay here. Not bad for 75 bucks too. Really enjoyed it. Okay, let's get out into High Springs. And directly across from the Country Inn is an old motel that looks to be of the same age or older. This one's sitting currently abandoned. It appears it has all the original doors and windows. Let's take a little closer look at this old wooden door. And appears to be an original knob. The old number 2 there. The old light fixture, it's missing. And check out that brick in the windows, original windows. That's pretty fascinating. A lot to see today. Glad you're here. I gotta get some coffee. Had to get a can of coffee this morning. Whoa. It's pretty handy. Getting closer to downtown High Springs, on the corner of Main Street and 441, I've spotted one of the cutest and smallest buildings I've ever seen on the side of a highway. Look at that thing. It's small. And it's a real estate office. Not a lot of real estate there. I forgot to mention that Main Street through High Springs is actually Highway 41. High Springs is the crossway town of 441 and 41. The side of this building is actually a bicycle shop. Notice the bicycles all over the mural. Pretty cool how they used the door there as the actual door for that painted building. Santa Fe Bicycle Shop. Bicycle Outfitters. It appears to be closed, but very cool. This would be a nice place to ride your bike, especially in downtown. Check out Santa Fe Bicycle Outfitters. At 42 Main Street is Acme Music, lessons, strings, and musical things. A very vintage looking music store. It's closed right now, but look inside. It's a very small shop. Very small. It's all you need to learn an instrument, I guess. I've spent some time here in High Springs before, just passing through. I used to go to the Itchetucknee River State Park and float down the springs, which is in a town called Fort White, which is just west of here. And we used to come through High Springs and get food before or after. One of the places I used to like to eat was the Great Outdoors restaurant. That place is awesome. It's like an old lodge in there. And no, they don't have a 76-pound steak or whatever that obscure number of protein was in that John Candy movie. One of my favorites, The Great Outdoors. That was a good movie, but I always put that name, kind of tied it in together when I ate there. I'm checking out their menu here. I'm going right to steaks. Tenderloin filet, 8 ounces. New York strip, 14, and ribeye, 14. Nope. All those birds of prey up there, or scavenger birds, are hanging up on top of that restaurant. We'll just pretend we're not looking at that. That is, that's kind of eerie. Oh boy. I've circled back to where I started. I'm on the opposite side of the street though. I'm gonna head down to the train station, which is down to the right. Check out the old choo-choo painted on the wall there. And this sign over here. No bicycles, rollerblades, skateboards on sidewalk. What? You can't put that across from a bike shop. Oh, I guess they just did. Okay. Enough of that. Let's head down there to the right to the old train station. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the old High Springs Junction. Stops right here in this old railway town. Now being utilized as a public restroom. I'm walking to the old train depot. Look where I was standing. It's like a little bank. It's like one of the tiniest banks I've ever seen. That's it. That's it. There's nothing around. There's the back side of the downtown buildings, this tiny little bank, and the restroom stop. I mean, the train stop. This is the front side. It looks like it's locked up here. Maybe we have to go around. This would have been where you would enter the train depot. The Deferred Chamber Business Contact. Oh, it looks like it's also an office. So restrooms on the side, and it looks like the Chamber of Commerce building, High Springs Chamber of Commerce. That's pretty cool. So it's not just a restroom. Forgive me. What is going on here? Why are all these birds just flying around High Springs? Look at that. That's wicked, isn't it? Look at that. Everywhere. Hundreds and hundreds of them. That is amazing. Consider the Lily's Thrift Shop. I remember that used to be a coffee shop. Got some iced coffee there about a decade ago. Right behind the Santa Fe Bicycle Shop, now on the southwest side of downtown, is another old train station with a sign in front of it, a little bit of history. This sign tells us that High Springs was a bustling railroad center for nearly 15 years and was part of the Henry B. Plant railroad system. Henry B. Plant of Tampa, Florida. We've talked about him before on this channel. Immediately behind the old railroad building is this building. It's in great shape. Looks like it's just some sort of an office building. It looks like it could have been a theater at one time. If someone's watching and knows what this used to be, comment below. Let me know. It looks like it could have been a theater. Always fascinated with theaters. This building right behind me is abandoned and wide open. It's been gutted. Looks like they're restoring it. Check it out. Oh yeah, completely gutted, but very old. You can see the brick on the back corner there. Look at the old brick. All right, let's get on the road. Well, hi there, little critter. You're a healthy looking cat. He's a big one, almost like a Maine Coon. Waiting on a train? Oh, he doesn't look friendly. He doesn't look like he likes me. Okay, we'll keep going. I cannot come all the way to Alachua County and not seek out some water. I'm gonna see if we can take a look at some springs. Olino. Or is it Oleno? Like Jay Leno? Couldn't help but think of that. What about you? We're gonna head into the state park and hopefully find some water right down this road across from old 441. Past that stop sign, heading into the park. Last Sunday I was driving around the Appalachian Hills of West New Jersey. A lot greener here today in North Florida. Entering the state park. Looks like a self-serve. $4. I only got $2 though, but they have this QR code where I can pay online if I snap a photo. So I'm gonna do that. Before we head down to the water, I thought we'd check out a little bit more of the state park. Check out this old building. Looks like an old fort. This is once The Civilian Conservation Corps were located here at this park. There's some history here. Built by the men of Civilian Conservation Corps, 1934 to 1941. That's 1 year older than Camp Crystal Lake, just saying. Noticing a lot of old cabins in this vicinity. One yonder behind that statue. And what is this statue? Let's take a look at him. This statue is dedicated to the 50,000 Florida Triple C Boys, who replanted 90,000 acres on private land and in Florida State Forest. He's got an axe there. I'll pan up so you can check out this Triple C Boy. What does Triple C stand for? Civilian Conservation Corps. There you go. This building served as the old infirmary. I can tell because there's a sign over the door that says infirmary. This pavilion looks so old. Check out the wood. Looks like it just always served as a pavilion. Built by them Triple C Boys back in 1934. Check out the rafters. A little closer look there. Alright, take a screenshot, it'll last longer. Ladies and gentlemen, a wooden suspended bridge over that river. I'm gonna cross it. This is an awesome discovery. But first, hold on. There's an old cabin over here and a sign down here right next to the bridge. I'm gonna read that history and then we're gonna check out that bridge. When I think old log cabin, I think an image to this exact look comes to mind. This thing's old and awesome. It sits right on top of what is called the river walk. I can feel the river, hear the river down beside me. Wow, that's beautiful. The adventure continues. It's all boarded up, but maybe we can take a peek up here on the porch. The benches are still there. You can still utilize those. That is not much of a door. You can peek through there. Oh wow, it's got electricity. There you go, it focused a little more. Peeking through another crack. You can make out the rafters. Looks pretty tall in there. This would be a fun place to hang out. Beneath the porch is the river walk. Beneath the river walk, the river. And above the river, that bridge. Getting closer. This is turning into an awesome adventure. Never know what you might find if you just get in your car and go. You're standing in the former town of Leno. And I think it is Leno because it was originally called Keno. Like the card gambling game. Oh, all the suspense leading up to the suspension of the bridge. Look at that thing. Wow. We're gonna cross it. It's suspended pretty high up there above the river. I'd say, I don't know what, 35, 40, 50 feet. I'm not the best at guessing those things. Oh, I'm thinking of a scene from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Walking across. Whoa, it's moving. I'm moving it. Almost to midway where the suspension lowers. Kalima! Kalima! I feel like I need to cut this. Little Indiana Jones reference there. That's what I always think of when I go across suspended wooden bridges, which doesn't happen too often, so that's why I'm bringing it up. This is beautiful out here. Check out this view. Water just flowing down those rocks. Absolutely stunning. Back the way I came. The other side of the river. The canoe and kayak launch. We'll check that out in a moment. And continuing across the bridge. Here's a good angle of the construction of the bridge and how girthy those poles are. The suspenders, the poles, stabilizers, I don't know what you call them. Look at the brackets. Concrete and wood. It's mostly what this thing is. I'm gonna head down these steps. These have probably been here since the 1930s as well, I'm guessing. Now directly under the bridge, water flowing to the left, past the old cabin up there on the bank of the hill. It's very peaceful out here, very breezy, not too hot today. Florida winter is upon us, I can't wait. Now this is real Florida. So cool. Great spot. Great spot indeed. Glad we were able to find this today. Thanks for joining me, guys. Nice Florida beach here. Got the sand and you got the palms. And in case you were wondering the name of this river, it's the old Santa Fe. Remember the bike shop? Santa Fe River. Oh, you can get this thing moving in a groove, and that's for sure. Ooh. Makes me think of an old Kevin Bacon movie. You ever see Whitewater Summer? Such a good movie. Classic. No one really talks about that movie anymore. Suspended Bridge, one of the best parts. Whoa. To the right is that platform. Notice there was some kind of stadium or auditorium type of thing here, perhaps for the camp. Now sits the dock to launch canoes and kayaks, or I think it's just a swimming hole actually. There's a line that goes that way. No lifeguard on duty though. Be careful out here. There's the bridge. But you can swim. It says no swimming beyond this point. Over there on the right, see it? So beautiful. Okay, so I promised you some crystal clear water. There's none of that here. Maybe we can still find some though. West of the bridge, noticed these old cypress trees. These wetlands are not so wet. Looks like it's dried out, but I can see when the river floods, when the rains come in, I can see this all being underwater, and that's why it looks the way it does. Another look at the Santa Fe through the cypress, and down yonder, the bridge. Almost left the park, but noticed this photo. Look how high the river can get. Look at that, that's the bridge we were just on. And there's another photo right there. Wow. Tropical Storm Debbie did that actually. If Hollywood's looking for their next film location to make the next Friday the 13th film, this is a great spot. Just saying. Just saying. I can see Jason walking around here. Now north of a little town called Fort White on the corner of Southwest Elm Church Road, heading towards Itchetucknee Springs. Welcome to Lowe's Tube Land. This is for many summers, beginning in the summer of 2006, and then after, I rented a tube along with my friends so we could float down the Itchetucknee River. It's closed now for the season. Here's an example of some tubes over there though. All sorts of them, different shapes and sizes. I remember renting the XL tubes, the $7.50 ones. I'm glad they have this map here because it kind of puts things into perspective of where we're going. This is the Ichetucknee Spring. Fort White, a little town down here. We're heading down this road, 238, to the beginning of the spring. And that's where you put in, that's where your party would put in to float down the river to the end. Now, you drop everyone off here, and then someone in your party drives all the way around to the south entrance of the park, and then there's a shuttle that brings you back so you can join your party and float down the river. It's a beautiful sight. I hope to take you guys on that journey someday. That's why I have a GoPro. But right here is where I want to go, Blue Hole, and if we can get in there, it's a beautiful sight. So stay tuned, there's still much ahead. Let's see if she's open. Be a left right here. There's the sign, Itchetucknee Springs State Forest. And we're clear. We're gonna see some blue water today, my friends. Second state park of the day. And we're in. They take card at this state park. And the ranger also reminded me that you can actually still tube here in the park. You only start at midway down during the winter though. So you are able to come out here and tube, but you don't get the same experience as you do in the summer. The Blue Hole Trail That will be our final destination today, down that boardwalk. But first, we're going to check out where you actually put in the tubes, and another spot over here. This whole area walking up this way is wide open. This is where you would stage, where families will stage, where they do stage all the tubes as they're taking their turn going up to the river. Now, while you're waiting for your person in your party that's going to drop your car off, there's actually a lagoon over here where you can swim while you're waiting to go down the river. And this is one of my favorite spots in all of Florida, my friends. It's absolutely beautiful. You can kind of see the water, the aqua, right over there. You see that? Yeah, come and check this out. That way to launch your tube, your rafts, that is the wheelchair access to where we're about to go, and there's the old steps there. I think we'll take the old steps. Wind's picking up to walking down, as we're walking down into the swimming hole. This is a spring, my friends. You can dive way deep down in there. And the water is the same temperature year round. I believe it's about 65 degrees. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's all kinds of places to sit along this water hole. And this is one of the springs, along with Blue Spring, that feeds the Itchetucknee River. You can make out the water's cold, you can hear it, but you can make out a hole over there. That's the deepest part of this spring. That's where the water's actually flowing up out of the earth. There's a place to dip down the water over there. There's a place to dip down the water over here. All the same temperature. So clear. Look at that. Ooh, gust of wind picked up there. Whew. And just to give more perspective, we are about 12 miles from the first park. Lino, only 12 miles from Blue Hole to the suspended bridge. I'm walking backwards. I'm using my camera monitor as a guide. I hope I don't trip. Whoa! Whoa! Scare you? Probably didn't. It just keeps going and going and going and winding. And I'm not complaining, I love it. Look at this tree, this is it's a rare find. You can walk all the way through that tree. Well, if you were a little critter you could. I don't think I'm fitting through there. That is so cool, all the way through, look at that. I'm gonna put you in there. After about a 15-minute walk from the start, we've arrived at Blue Hole. That sign on my right has a picture of a diver down inside of Blue Hole. Look how deep it goes. Kind of gives you an idea, puts things into perspective of what you're about to gaze upon. Fun fact, the average temperature of Blue Hole is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. 67 million gallons per day pumped out of Blue Hole. No jumping or diving. There's a lot of people over here on the platform swimming, but I'm gonna sneak my way in there, give you a better view of the hole. Looks like people are out there enjoying it right now. That lady's actually kind of swimming right where the hole is. I'm standing on the swimming platform where you get into the water. I'm kind of gonna pan all the way around, put things into perspective. This is the swimming area, Blue Hole. It's right out there.
How are you going to go in and not get wet?
No, I'm going to stay like this.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that would take a lot of upper body strength.
Here's a life ring just in case someone needs help. It's tied right here to the dock. Throw it all the way out there if you need to. Hopefully no one needs that though.
Yeah, I've been seeing.
No jumping or diving. However, that doesn't happen quite often. I think I've jumped off there. I was a rebel.
Those flowers are fragrant because I smell something that smells fragrant.
And that's where you enter. Jump down right there. Stepped up on this bench here. There you go. There's a better view of the surrounding blue hole. There you go. It's been an awesome time today. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you enjoyed today's video, give me one of these. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Wouldn't have been the same without you. All to ourselves right now. This is real Florida. I'm ending this video, heading back to Tampa Bay. Got to start my 9 to 5er tomorrow, but soon I'll be back on the road making some more videos. Hope to see you there. There's much ahead. Meaning, I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hope to see you there. Wouldn't be the same without you. Okay, I'm gonna end it. Gonna end it. Out here at Itchetucknee Springs State Park. Video over. Bye. It's over now.